Another draft profile takes us back up to the school in Michigan, Cravante. Michigan. 2 years removed from a national championship. They have another highly touted profile and prospect on the defensive end, Will Johnson, at one of your premium positions, cornerback.
Man, listen, as a college football fan, this is crazy. But as a Commanders fan, this is amazing because we got listen, them guys that's coming from them that Michigan defense. Some guys over there. We as of late, we got Aiden Hutchinson, Mikey Sanford still, and we got Mason, and we talked about Mason Graham. You know what I'm saying? It's studs all over this defense. So it's not surprising that a good portion of our profiles is Michigan Wolverines. Oh, you mute you on mute, Bill, bro.
I was so excited to talk about him because we were just talking about Travis Hunter, and they were like, "Well, he plays big." I didn't know Will Johnson Cravante was 6'2". I didn't know he was that tall. So you don't find corners that size often that can play like he plays. 6'2", another junior, a 5-star recruit, and he was top 20 in his class. He was a freshman All American. 27 tackles, 3 interceptions, 2 tackles for loss, 3 passes broken up. Then his second year, first team All Big Ten. 27 tackles, 4 interceptions, 1 tackle for loss, 4 passes broken up. Then this past year, 14 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 3 passes broken up. But like I said to you earlier, missed the second half of the season with a
Yeah.
turf toe. He does have 3 pick sixes in his career, Cravante, so we can go the other way as well. Will Johnson, you see the numbers. He's pretty much a lockdown, shutdown type of corner.
So with his all right, with how you described his body type is how I thought what Travis Hunter's body type was. And it's funny because they are similar body type, similar gameplay to one another. So great great class. This is a great class to be in. Um Again, great hips, very fluid and transitioning across the field. Um Good ball production. I believe he has 9 picks, if I'm not mistaken, in the past in his I think through his first 3 years. Um Great size. Again, as a corner who's able to move more importantly, it's not just about speed. I don't think a lot of people understand that as a corner, excuse me, you need to be able to move well laterally too, because these wide receivers are quick. They're not just fast, they're quick and agile. And that's key. It's not just speed. The fact you need to have, a decent amount of speed with you, but being able to move laterally is just as important. And I think that's something that he does really well. But with his size being 6'2", he can compete with those pretty those jump balls that he's probably gonna he might see a lot at the next level. Just you going up against the taller wide receivers, but him being 6'2", he's good with the smaller guys and the big guys. He's able to compete. Um, Great eyes. Um, Great eyes and zone coverage, and he's pretty good. He can improve. I'll say that at man coverage. And there's a guy who I talked about a little bit in a previous profile that he reminds me of, and that's my guy, Patrick Surtain, the second. Also, he compares a little bit to Sauce Gardner as well, but athleticism, football IQ, and playmaking ability is all things you need out of a cornerback, and that's what Will Johnson provides.
Where do you see him going, Cravante? Because we've been talking, oh, is he going to be one of the guys? I don't see why he would fall like you
Me
said. Like,
neither.
why?
Me neither. I think again, people remember the last thing they seen, and he did not have. He only played half 2024, if I'm not mistaken, right? Injuries, and if you only play half the year, your production is obviously going to be down. Because going into this year, he was top 10. He was a top 10 prospect, but injuries and not finishing the season is what's gonna have him drop down draft boards. But if he's healthy, oh my gosh, somebody's gonna get a gem in the late teens, or hell, dare I say, in the high 20s. But I mean, it is what it is. But injuries is probably why he's falling down draft boards and big boards.
Where do you see him going? I know you mentioned some comps. Where do you see him going? Because a lot of teams, every team could use another corner that can
Every
shut
team
down one side of the field, and he can play on both sides. I mean, he can play anywhere. He can play inside, outside. He can
outside,
get the
right,
pick sixes.
right. If we get a list of that teams, I'm trying to think. Because I know the Colts are in the middle of the draft. Dolphins are somewhere up there. The Bengals, I believe, are 17. Colts. Okay.
I've been hearing Miami, a lot of Miami talk too. Like I said, Miami, Indy, and that could be with your other guys, Emin Worry, Starks, all those other guys.
Absolutely. This same range. Go down a little bit. Falcons. Oh boy. Falcons. Sure. Cardinals may go edge, but again, anybody can use a corner of his capabilities. The Bengals for sure. The Bengals could use defense all over the place. Seattle, maybe. Tampa Bay, my heavens, Jesus Christ! If he go with Todd Bowles in them, he'll fit in so perfectly. Steelers, you know where I think the Steelers are going to go. The Broncos are probably going to go offense, and they already had Patrick Surtain, who I compared him to. Not to say it's bad to have two Patrick Surtains, but Chargers, yeah, I don't see him going this late. There's no way he gets past 17 at the Bengals, right?
No.
It's no. I don't think there's no way he drops past 17. Now, if we talk now weaknesses, again, even though he's a top prospect, there's something we have to nitpick, right? Because nobody's a perfect prospect. The injuries is why he's falling down draft board, so that is a concern. Also, he's not the best tackler. Now, as a cornerback, you take the good with the bad. But I forgot who was the profile that we did, but the stat that I just found out was a stat. It's a stat for missed tackles. He's at like 20%, which is terrible. He's on the below average side of tackling. So defensive coordinator is not going to like that, because at that point you just get him on the ground however you could get him on the ground. But whiffing is not going to be acceptable. You know what I'm saying? You got to find a way, or at least hold him up and wait for your friends to come. But he has a 20.8% missed tackle rate in 2024. Also in the same year, he suffered an injury. Also in the same year, he only played half the games. So those are the negatives. And also landing his jams more consistently. But again, I think these are things that could be cleaned up. As a cornerback, you don't think, oh, he's gonna be a tackling machine, just like as an interior defensive lineman. He's not gonna blow your mind away with a sack stats. He's not Aaron Donald in that sense. But these are things that could be cleaned up. And again, he's not a perfect prospect. So this is his imperfections, if you will.
And Cravante, this is just something we'll probably see. You notice in the college game, these corners get grabby because they can, because it's only 15 yards. So they say, oh, we can grab. It's 15 yards. You know, it's not the agreed
spot penalty. But he's pretty good with not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because that transition, again, cornerback is one of the hardest transitions from college to pros. So he doesn't have that habit going into the next level. So hopefully he doesn't gravitate to that habit, at the next level, because It's pretty much depending on if the ball's in the quarterback's hands, it could be a holding penalty or it could be pass interference. You know what I'm saying? But he does a pretty good job at not being grabby. So that is a good not it's not really a stat, but that's just a good quality to have going into the professional ranks.
It'll be interesting to see. Like, if he did play with Harbaugh, could he possibly fall to his former coach
That'd be
in
crazy.
Michigan? You know, he would love to have him, but I think he's going to be a guy. You know, and we talked about guys last year, like Nate Wiggins, who went to the Ravens. You know, guys who just got that ability to run and catch up speed. Because these receivers, they can run past you, but can you catch up? And he's got
Yep.
it.
Recovery speed is a big thing. You can make mistakes at the making a lot of young corners like make mistakes at the line of scrimmage. Like he's inconsistent with landing his jams, and with the quickness of some of these receivers, he can be beat, but catching up and being able to still get a hand on the ball and make a play is what will separate him. And I think what it does separate him from majority of this cornerback class.
Will Johnson, number one corner on our board. We'll see where he goes in the NFL draft. We'll have more profiles coming up. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. Comment down below what prospect you want to see next and your thoughts on Will Johnson. Will see you in the next profile right here on the Flex Zone.